I have another question.
Please.
I think a deep interest in the subject is necessary for undistracted listening.
Hmm.
Are there other necessary conditions for such resonant listening?
Well, unfortunately, it does not seem to be part of uh, the system of education through which we have been put through, and not even part of the culture through which in which you have been soaking. Because if that culture was very good and that manner of education was very good, then the most important thing is the art of listening and how do you listen and what is involved in that listening. So that should be taught to children more than anything else, not even the subject. The subject is not as important as this primary skill in listening, because without listening, there cannot be any learning. So the whole thing is in listening. And but we are all victims of a system of education which is more which has placed stronger emphasis on survival and bread and butter, and at best acquisition of some survival skills, some being an engineer or being a doctor. And in that process, the primary importance of developing and honing the attention giving faculty, the capacity to listen, I think that's been lost sight of. So when we come to Krishnamurti, then we are hearing about it for the first time, which is actually a shame, because we should know this already.
True.
And this is what learning is all about. Uh, and uh, and to learn like that, we have to be free of desire, and we have to be free of any sense of envy,
Mm,
free of any sense of goal,
mm.
and we have got to love what we're talking about. That's very important. That love of the subject, and without a self-interest. That's the beauty. That's if you say love of the subject, that's one thing. But if you add the clause without self-interest, then it becomes very extremely nuanced. Hmm?
Yes,
And so that means the attention has gone to another level. Hmm?
I
So
understand.
with self-interest, it stays at one level,
Mm,
but you disconnect the self-interest, then it's gone to the clouds.
got it. Yes. I have love of subject, but I have the problem of self-interest. Now I realize.
Hmm.
At times it comes.
Hmm.
Thank you so much for clarifying this.
In fact, I think one of the central contributions of the world teacher is that can you approach everything in life, hmm, relationship and even survival, without bringing the self into the picture, without making yourself a user of desire. That seems to be the highest manner in which you can live as a human being. And I guess we've got to learn this.
I understand.
And we may not be at that level straight away, but we have got to learn it. How do you approach everything without the self intruding and upsetting everything there?
Even craving for the very knowledge of the subject itself is a self-interest,
Of
right?
course, of course, of course. And that's, we are talking about very ideal disciples or people who want to drink the nectar of the truth, like Maitreya having a conversation with Maharshi Parashara in Parashara's Horashastra, and Parashara is laying the conditions. How should a disciple be? And he's saying, don't teach him the subject if he's got all these problems. Very important.
Got it. Thank you so much.
We've got to teach this to our children, the art of listening. Uh, Probably the Krishnamurti schools are doing their bit to inculcate this capacity to listen, and maybe the capacity to keep the self out of it. But I don't know to what extent they are successful in this endeavor, because this comes before any other subject. This is primary.